Hello, this is the first of what's going to be, unfortunately, four videos. They are going to walk through really the four stages of creating a page, um, adding an image and a link on the home page, translating the pages, and then adding updating the home page with those same translations. Like I say, I'm going to break it into four videos, I think, to make it simple and easier to follow. The first video will be creating the page, in my case in English. So I'm assuming that you're logged in. You go to pages, and then you should get this list with all the list of all the pages. Then we're going to add a new page. We're going to call the page test page for simplicity's sake. And then you're going to click on use the Divi builder. Bear in mind this will be the English name of the page. You have to excuse the slow internet. So you should be then presented with these three options. We're going to clone an existing page because it's the easiest way to get the correct template effectively. You can clone, this is, as you can see, pretty much all of your English pages, English language pages. I'm going to suggest you use Polyphony 1 because it's an example of a page that has all of the necessary elements in it. So I'm going to clone Polyphony 1, and this will present me with, if you like, a copy of the Polyphony 1 page, but with when it's published, it will have a new title, which in this case will be test page. The first thing to do is that we want to change this background image. So the background image is the background of this section here, the blue section. So we're going to go to section settings of the blue section. Brings up this window. Background. Click on background. And then the easy way to change it is to just, you'll be presented with the existing image. You click on the gear icon and that will take you to your media library effectively. Here you can, I'm going to later on show you how to I'm sure you've done uploading images, but I'm going to show you how to upload images. But a good thing here is you can search for images. So I've already uploaded an image, which is one of the holding images I was using before, which is this holding hands image. So I'm going to use that because I know that it's roughly the right size. Doesn't hugely matter. You just need to make sure it looks okay once you've done it. So that does the image. So you've switched that image out. You're now going to save, which is always the bottom right green tick. So that's now changed. The next step is to change the text. So we're going to go to the module settings in this case, which this text module here has both the title and the body of the text in it. You're going to click on the gear icon for settings, and that will bring you to this text settings box, if you like. So I'm going to put just some lorem ipsum in there. You want to make sure that the title, so I'm just going to copy and paste from a screen that's off out of the shot, if you like. So lorem ipsum is the title. I'm just making sure that that still has the property heading 1 here, which it does. And then I'm going to take a couple of paragraphs of lorem ipsum. I'm just going to paste this over for now. So yeah, I'm actually going to change this to English. So that's the page title, lorem ipsum English. And then once that text is all done there, you want to make sure, it will be, but you want to make sure that this body text has the setting of paragraph. You could change it, but don't. So paragraph, make sure that all looks roughly right. You may find when doing this that with this left-hand kind of editing window here, things get a bit squashed up, but you'll see when I save it in a second that actually it flows back out to the full width again, and so things can be a little bit out of kilter until you do that. So save that as before, see that it's now flowed to the full width. What I would suggest at this point is that you just save draft. Just in case anything goes wrong, is quite a good habit to, if you've got the page where you want it to be for the moment, just save a draft, and then when you come, if something goes wrong on the next stage, you'll be all right. Now we're going to move to this gallery section, which obviously you will have, presumably for a new project, you'll have new images for. There is a way to turn that off, which I'll come to in another video. I'll do another video for, but for the moment, we're going to go to the gallery module. You're going to click the gear icon. That will bring up a new editing window, which is all of the images. Thing to note here is that you can upload as few or as many images as you want here. The image count, which is down here, is the number that it will display, and it will display them with the current settings in a random order. So if you upload, as I have here, 19 images, then it will just show a random 8 in a random order each time you load the page. So I wouldn't change either of those, just because if you start showing more images, things might start crashing into each other. But because these are the images for polyphony, you can go up to here to this reset icon. Hope you can see that. It should go to you there. And if you click reset, it will delete all the images. That then gives you the option to add new gallery images. Again here, I'm just going to use some of these partner images, because they are a good size and shape, no other reason. So I'm just going to select 10 of those. I mean, some of your projects already have less than 8, so it doesn't really matter if you show less than 8. I mean, multiples of 4 are good just because it looks cleaner, but it really doesn't matter. So in the case of a new one, you may be uploading new images, in which case you would go to upload files and then select some files from your computer here. And then once they're uploaded, they would appear back in this gallery, and you just select them. They'd likely be top left. But if you name them something sensible, you can always search for them here. But I'm, for the time being, going to use the 10 of these partner images just to create a page. So I choose something, click select, and it brings them up. And as you can see straight away, you've got 8 of the 11 that I uploaded. Again, you can add as many as you like, and then save bottom right again, and you will see that the gallery is there. It's good practice at this point, just to make sure, just to double check when you're doing this, that this bottom, if you like, we'll call it a list because we come back to it later, is in English, and it should be, I think this is consistent across all computers, so it should be green, this sort of lime green colour. That denotes that it is a global item, and that means that if you edit that section on any page, it changes, that edit shows through on all pages where that section is displayed. So in the case of this section, it's on all English language pages. There is an English version of this list. There is a Spanish version, a Catalan version, and each of those 3 versions they're the same. They're just translated, and then they display on the various pages that they're supposed to. So it's worth just making sure to sort of know you're on the right track, to make sure that is the English translation of that footer list, and that it's green to show that it's a global item. At this point, the best thing to do is to publish the page. This won't add it, for the time being, this won't add it to any menus or put it on the home page or anything like that. It'll just mean that the page exists in its English language form. So I'm going to click publish. Once that's finished, you will save the draft disappears because it can no longer be saved as a draft because it is a published page. We're then just going to exit the visual builder up the top here. Then the page should refresh, and it will no longer be editable. and you'll be able to see that these links all work. These should open up. Normally there'd be bigger images, but these default to small because they're small images that I created. And that's, so you've now created the page in English. The next video will talk about adding an image for that on the home page with a link to this English language page, but that video will come up soon. So yeah, step one's done. Page is created in English. Next we're going to do translating and stuff, so check the next video.